And here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Quarantine log number 8 in the books, coming at you live from El Sala at my house. Quarantine day number, who gives a fuck? Another day in the books, another Monday in the books. And what can I say about today? Actually went and accomplished what I was looking to accomplish originally, which was to wake up early today and not spend half of the fucking day sleeping, which thankfully I accomplished. Woke up around 9:30ish. Yeah, 9:30 in the morning, which is actually pretty good. It's a nice early start too. It's still in the AM, so that's the goal here, to at least get up during the AM. Although, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I did kind of fuck up because I got up at 9:30, but I didn't really get out of bed till like 11:30. So for another 2 hours, so I was basically stuck in bed. But give me some credit. I was still trying to get some, still did some things, on my phone and stuff like that. I wasn't just out here watching YouTube videos and just dazing and stuff like that. Trying to keep myself busy and trying to, make sure all my stuff is aligned. Like for example, today I wanted to check my claim for my unemployment because me, along with a bunch of other Americans, have filed unemployment because of the whole job stoppages and like business closings as a result of Governor Newsom, Eric Garcetti fucking, telling us that basically got to shut everything down until further notice, until this quarantine thing has been curved. So I tried to go log in, but of course, like everything run by the fucking government and any social government program, it's fucking ass, because I try to sign into my shit and for some fucking reason it tells me that I'm locked out of my account. I think I tried to sign in, everything was going fine, and then it said apparently, I was locked out of my account or whatever. So I tried to do it again. It said to wait for an hour, and I waited like about 2 hours, and I signed back in and still nothing. And then I tried to, and throughout this whole time too, I tried to call the number to see if I could maybe talk to someone on the fucking line. But of course, when it comes to anything government program oriented, there's never a human being on the fucking line. It's always some automated fucking messages of information I don't fucking need, because all I'm trying to figure out is why the fuck am I locked out of my account. And also I try to reset my password too, just in case, to like make it safe too. And then they're like, maybe that'll help me, because usually sometimes if I can't log in the first time, maybe there's like an issue with like my login. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll try to do the whole fucking password reset. I go and they're like, okay, cool, write your email. I wrote my email down. They're like, okay, cool, we sent you a link. Never got the fucking link. Never looked in my fucking inbox. Nothing, dog. Twice. I had to send it to him like twice. I tried to send it to my fucking email inbox. Never got it. And then the perfect news is tomorrow is March 31st, which is, well, technically speaking, in a couple of minutes, going to be March 31st, because I'm recording this at, oh, no, wait, it is already March. I guess my clock is fucking broken. Well, my house clock, not my computer clock. So today is Cesar Chavez Day, which basically means another excuse for governments to close things down, because it's a holiday and it's recognized by by all the fucking, city programs and state programs. So basically, I'm not going to be able to get any answers today too, speaking today technically, because fucking Cesar Chavez Day came, and that's like the only, that's the thing too, like nobody gets like a day off from work except for like those government offices who are like, we're gonna examine Cesar Chavez Day, so we're gonna be closed. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, didn't Cesar Chavez march for like, workers' rights and things like that too? And god damn it, I'm unemployed. I used to work and I want to get what the fuck I'm owed because I got fucking laid off, and then this fucking coronavirus bullshit happened. So god damn it, give me my fucking unemployment. Fuckers are quick to take my goddamn fucking tax money out of my goddamn checks, but when I want a little bit of that shit back because I'm going through hard fucking times and it's my fucking money, nah, they could get less of a shit, man. They're like, hey man, figure it the fuck out, and maybe, just maybe, you can get a hold of us. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's like, knowing how bad this pandemic is, and seeing the large number of people like who are signing up for unemployment, the fact that you're not ready to get an abundant number of fucking calls is just it just shows the lack of readiness that government has when it comes to anything. Because it's like I literally, it's gotten to a point where like if I call a number, they're just like, oh hey, we're experiencing a high number of volume calls. They don't even give the option to be like, to either put you on hold or call you back when somebody's ready to answer your fucking call. No, they're just like, hey, we're taking an abundant number of calls, so sorry, bye. And that's it. Literally, they hung up on me. It's like, what the fuck? This is what our fucking tax dollars are going to a fucking system that doesn't even want to fucking help us out in our time of fucking need because of some fucking virus. Like, the government's the one that's shutting everything down and forcing us to be in our houses and not out there working. And when we want to get some fucking assistance that we're fucking owed because it's our fucking money at the end of the fucking day, nah, they can give less of a fuck. But, just another fucking problem that comes with letting fucking government handle your fucking shit, man. But at the end of the fucking day, it is what it is. I'm gonna get it resolved regardless. It's just gonna take some time, given the time and the nature of the situation. But yeah, man, that's what I was basically trying to do all fucking morning too. So I wasn't just in bed, just chilling and fucking grilling, man. Just, I was out here trying to figure some things out. But aside from that, though, I just got past it, did my workout. It was a pretty okay workout. Ate a pretty good amount today. I ate a lot, but actually I ate in a certain window of time. Like, after a certain time, I didn't eat anything else. Like, I think between the hours of like 2 and like, yeah, was it 2? Yeah, it was like 2 to like almost 5. That's when I actually ate like solid foods, and after that I didn't eat anything. It's been nothing but water, and like I had like one liquid yogurt, and that's pretty much it. So, which is actually good, because if you kind of keep the large solid food portions during a certain number of time, and then the large intake of water, it's like really good for digestion, I heard. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, man, just still on the video games, still on the fucking video games. I went fucking hard in the fucking paint today with my boys out there in fucking Call of Duty, playing the fuck out of that Warzone game mode, where it's basically like a battle royale mode and stuff like that. You know battle royale games, fucking Fortnite, fucking Apex, PUBG, all that type of stuff, man. And fucking mustache. See, my mustache has grown so much that it's starting to tickle my fucking nose, dude. So trust me, I'm not getting sick. It's just the lack of fucking hygiene products to keep my fucking mange and fucking tack is making it really hard, because then my nose keeps getting fucking itchy from all the goddamn fucking hair and shit like that. So, yeah. If you see me touching my nose a lot, it's not because I'm getting fucking sick. It's because my fucking mustache keeps fucking tickling the bottom of my goddamn fucking nose. But, completely unrelated note, another thing I just did, which I'm just remembering now too, is fuck. See, fucking nose is itchier than a motherfucker, man. I swear I'm gonna fucking sneeze. What is this, a fucking old time cartoon where somebody's mustache makes them sneeze and shit? But anyways, I digress. Well, I'm going back to what I was saying. Another thing too that I had to do, that I did in bed, was I had to call the city, because outside of our house we have a tree, and in that tree there's a fucking massive beehive. I'm talking major fucking beehive, dude. And at first, we called them. They're like, okay, we'll send somebody out. And then nobody showed up. As far as we knew, me and my family, we didn't see nobody pull up, which is like perfect. Once again, government showing how fucking lazy and bullshit it is, even though we fucking pour millions and millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars into it. At the end of the fucking day, they can't even give us good goddamn fucking city services. But I don't know what happened, but we looked outside the fucking just the tree, because I remember when I was doing my workout, I just saw like an abundance. I just saw a fucking army of bees just swarming around the tree, and I was like, oh shit, these fuckers are awake. But then when I looked back at it again, apparently the beehive was gone. So I don't know if they did their job or they didn't, but I'm gonna check again tomorrow in the morning to see if that beehive is really gone or if it's still there. But as far as I know, nobody in the fucking city got back to us, which is fucking, to be expected from, crappy government services. It's like, it's always shitty fucking quality, man. It's like no fucking government service can ever be done in the right fucking way. The DMV, trash. The EDD with unemployment, trash. Fucking city 311, trash. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's like the only thing that kind of works is like 911, and even then, it's like they fucking take their sweet ass goddamn time too sometimes to get to your fucking area when you have a fucking emergency. Which I'm saying, people, buy guns, be your own security, man. But enough libertarian talk, okay? Let's get into some lighter things. I finally finished Miracle in Cell Number 7 that my friend recommended to me. It was a really good fucking film. Turns out it's actually a remake of a 2013 Korean film. And it was like, whoa, that's pretty trippy. But yeah, apparently this one is done in Turkish, I think. Or Polish. I don't know. But one of those countries. I know they're kind of very far apart in terms of like, like countries and stuff like that. But I don't know. I forget, but I'll be sure to look at it up. I'll be sure to look it up later. You know, I'm sorry if I don't come prepared with notes in my log. Then again, this is just the log. This is just me going straight off the fucking dome, man. This is a freestyle without the beat. But yeah, so I finished watching that. It was a really good fucking film. She said it was a film that really is a fucking tearjerker, but I got through the whole thing, and no, I mean there were certain parts where I'm just like, man, that fucking sucks, but still kept together, still kept that my chest up, chin up, no tears, But after that, I decided to watch another film, which was Killing Them Softly, which is a film that stars Brad Pitt. And then the main guy from The Sopranos, I forgot the guy's fucking name, but it's the main guy from The Sopranos. You know who I'm talking about the minute I say Sopranos. It's that fucking guy, the main guy. It stars him. It also stars another guy who has been in a fuck ton of movies too, but I don't know his fucking name. He's always like a really good like supporting actor. He's in a lot of supporting roles, but he was really good in it too. Just look up Killing Them Softly, the cast, you'll see. But also who also came out in it was the guy that came out in Narcos Mexico season 2, the most recent one. The main guy, the guy, the main agent, he came out in this movie too, which I thought was pretty cool too, because I'm just like, where have I seen that guy? That guy looks familiar. And then because in this film he has like a very thick, I don't know if this movie takes place in like, I think it's New York, Philly or New York. I don't know. I gotta do my research on it. But there was like a lot of abandoned houses. It really gave me that whole Philly, Detroit vibe. But long story short, he had like a little bit of that accent, yeah, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, the typical fucking, stereotypical from that part of like Detroit or Philly type accent, which is funny too, because in Narcos Mexico season 2, he has a very like, very white, very well-toned voice, and talks, like a typical white dude, where in this one he talks more of like a city white dude. It's like, hey, yo, all that other bullshit. But it was a really good film. I've heard a bit about it. A lot of people say that it was a boring movie, quote unquote, but a lot of people are also saying that it's an artsy movie. So it's like boring because it's an artsy film, and it's based off a book. And yeah, I could definitely see a lot of artistic elements like throughout the whole. This movie takes place during during the 2006 election. Was it 6 or the first presidential election where Obama was elected? So the election that won Obama's first term. Yeah. It was 2006, I think. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 2008. 2008. Because 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 2008. There you go. See, the poli-sci major can't even remember my fucking election years. 2008. So this movie takes place around 2008. And throughout the whole film, it's like, just voice recordings and like, clips of like in the background. It's like CNN and C-SPAN and like, Barack Obama talking and McCain talking. And then, like, there's, like, billboards with Obama and McCain stuff on it, too. Well, I'm going to try to look more into it, too, to really see what the whole point of that was. I mean, it was kind of like, I guess it's, like, I don't know. I think it's, like, a message about the way America is viewed over what it really is, or what the author really thinks America is at the moment, given the place. Because, and a lot of that has to probably do with the last line that Brad Pitt gives in the movie before it goes to credit. He goes on this whole tangent about how Thomas Jefferson was like a hypocrite who just was like saying fancy stuff about freedom because he was a snobby wine drunk who owned a bunch of land and didn't want to pay taxes. But political viewings aside, though, I could see why a lot of people thought this movie was very slow, like was very boring, because it's just a slow-paced film. It's like you see, like kind of like if you see the trailer and if you see the poster, you see it's like Brad Pitt looks like he's about to be a gun-wielding hitman, and in a way he is, but it's not like your typical action movie. I saw a review for it before I actually saw the actual film, and they said that it does a very good job at being a very realistic film, as in like a movie where you could see people having this dialogue. You could see people going about things this type of way, And I definitely saw a lot of that because the dialogue in this movie is very out of the ordinary in terms of like, yeah, this sounds like normal, like, like conversations that people can honestly have with other people and themselves. There's a sneeze. And so, So I kind of enjoyed that because to me, like, that didn't make the movie boring. If anything, it brought me into it because I'm like, oh, like you feel like you're listening in on a conversation amongst two people. And then there were still good moments. Like, there's a lot of comedy in the film, and not comedy like slapstick, but more in terms of the humor, in terms of the dialogue and the characters and stuff like that too. And the action scenes are done very stylistically. Like, there's, oh fuck, it stars the fucking one dude. I'm fucking. I hate myself for not knowing the guy's fucking name, but the main guy in fucking Goodfellas, you know that guy. I forget the guy's fucking name, and I hate the fact that I forget the guy's fucking name because he was a fucking amazing actor. He has a small, no, he has like a semi. It's like a pretty small role. Like, he comes and goes. The worst part is he's kind of more of a punching bag in this film, so that's what kind of sucks. But overall, like, it's a really good cast of like a lot of people who are like in really good mob movies or mob TV shows and stuff like that too. So it's a really good fucking film. The action is very stylized. It's gruesome, but it's like it's stylized violence. You know, it's like in a good way. Like, there's a scene where, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a scene where somebody's getting shot, and just the way it's filmed, it's like it's such slow motion, and there's like it's focusing on like everything. It's like really breaking down like what goes on after a gun's being fired. You know, windows breaking, the guy's reactions, things moving, and everything's moving in slow mo. So you really get like a real rundown of like the violence that's going on. Whereas in like normal run of the mill action movies, it just happens and boom, that's it. You know, this one really takes its time for you to really examine, I guess, the artistic side of violence. But it's done, I don't know. For me, I never found a moment where I'm just like, oh, this movie's dragging. I mean, this movie's like about an hour and 37 minutes. So it's not even like a full 2 hours. So it goes by pretty quickly, you know? And things keep on moving. You know, the only time things kind of slow down is for like, you know, dialogue, but that's kind of get like to give you an insight on the characters. It's like nobody here, it's like a good person in the film. So I guess in order for you to like kind of like be on someone's side or understand somebody's point of view in terms of who they are as a character, you kind of got to get a little to know a little bit about them. And that does happen for certain people in this movie. Other times it kind of just like, you know, it happens gradually throughout the film. But honestly, I really enjoyed Killing Them Softly. It was a good film. Definitely a film that's like very artsy in the way that it's like made, and it's like a film that I could definitely see a lot of like, you know, like film teachers like maybe showing them, I guess, you know, or like giving them as like, hey, like if you want to do some more, you want to see a film that can kind of like show you the artsy side of like filmmaking, you should watch Killing Them Softly. But I thought Killing Them Softly was a really good film. I didn't really find it boring. I found it entertaining in the point of like it's did its job. Like, you know, you kind of see where the movie is going in the first like a couple minutes, like first 20-30 minutes of the film. You're like, okay, you see where the pace of this movie is going, and if you honestly adapt to that, you'll be fine. Because I know we're living in a time right now where people want things like hella fucking fast, and honestly that in itself can get kind of boring too. You know, sometimes a lot of action really, oh shit, I don't know if you heard that, but that was a big bang. Ghetto Life, baby. um it's like, you know, you look at like a Marvel movie, which I'm not saying the Marvel movies are like trash, but it's like at a certain point we just see so much like action going on, you're just like, okay, we get it, like, you know, like shit's going down, but we need some time to like really slow things down, which is also probably one of the reasons why I'm such a humongous Quentin Tarantino fan, because he does a perfect job at balancing out dialogue and character development and then giving us the action at the right fucking time. Like, it's really awesome to see how the way Tarantino does violence, because it's not like the action isn't just like right, it's not right away, or maybe it is right away, but right after you get like this huge spoonful of violence and craziness and stuff like that, you know, like things start to slow down more, but it's not in a bad way, but more in like now you take some time to look into the characters and like, you know, enjoy the dialogue, the characters, the scenery, the scenes, and the cinematography. And I think to me that's like a very good thing that I think a lot of directors should focus on, is just really making people appreciate, you know, like the story, and like, you know, and not everything has to be filled with action all the time, because sometimes at a point it does just get mindless, you know. But that's just me in my opinion, you know, and that's just, you know, and that's not to say that movies that have a fuck ton of action can't be great too. I myself like to pop in a couple, you know, like, you know, popcorn flicks that are just like, you know, you turn your brain off for a bit and you just go fucking crazy, you know, and just examine the action. But I don't know, that's just the way I look at film sometimes. I guess it all depends on the way it's done. You know, if you can do like non-stop action in a way where it's, you know, pretty okay, I guess, you know, it's like it's not too bad. But yeah, it's pretty much what I did today. Honest to God, it's quarantine stuff. It's going fucking bananas now. We're hearing a lot of stuff about things getting extended. Like I don't know if I mentioned this in the last one, but that social distancing rule just got extended to the end of April, and it's just like things are just looking like it's gonna be fast forwarded a lot. But I feel like part of it has to do with the fact that like now that this whole coronavirus pandemic is happening, a lot of people are getting more access to like testing, and with testing comes the likelihood that there's going to be a rise in people that are diagnosed with the coronavirus, because it's like the testing is going to be readily more available. Like I remember I'm seeing people like post about like certain spots that are like literal stops that you can go and like go and get tested and stuff like that. So with more access to testing, there's going to be a lot more abundance of people getting the virus, which is honestly not a bad thing either, because I mean it does sound bad on paper, like, oh snap, we're getting a lot more people diagnosed, but better to have the people diagnosed now and early, so that way they can like fight off the disease. Because the way this disease, people like get cured of this disease, that hasn't fully been like discovered yet. Some people have a pretty good immune system to where if they catch it, all they have to do is stay in self quarantine, and like they can, and their body can fight through it. Others are going to need extensive ER and medical attention. So it's a toss up, really. So I feel like, given the nature of the situation, I feel like maybe that's why they extended it more, because they feel like with the way things are going to go now, it's just going to be like, fuck, we're going to see this stuff happening a lot more. And then of course the media is always just just showing you the fucking numbers over and over again, and that in itself, it's a fucking scary thing, man, because it's like you never have a break from this, you know. And granted, I know you shouldn't, because you want to be informed all the time, but I think for everybody, it's best for them to just not like, just kind of step away from the news for a little bit, just step away from it, and just, I guess, take some time to just relax, because this type of stuff, this self quarantine stuff, can cause some serious cabin fever, man. And then that's only going to be hyped by the media, like fucking going stir crazy about this thing. But then again, that's the media's job to give you the news, but also get eyes on their channels. So of course they're gonna really do the most when it comes to like reporting this type of stuff. So really be careful with the way you intake this information, and just stay safe, man. I mean, in all honesty, it's not that difficult. Just stay inside. If you have to go outside, practice safe hygienic stuff. Wear a mask if you're lucky enough to have a mask. If not, wrap a scarf around, a bandana, whatever. There's a lot of alternatives you can have to like have protection from breathing in like certain things. Um, Only go out and absolutely necessary. Try not to stay outdoors too much. Try to stay indoors as much as you can. Because I know some people are still like visiting relatives or friends and stuff like that too, which is fine, as long as you keep it under the whole under 10 people, and you're indoors. You can't be out and about too much, because that'll be risk. If you see a lot more people out and about, that's when things really start to get bad. But I mean, for the most part, it looks like everybody's starting to take this a lot more seriously, especially now with like the beaches and the hiking trails being closed, and so many people really pushing people to go inside. I think we haven't really heard too many things happening of people disobeying the self quarantine stay at home rule. So hopefully that's a sign to come that this stuff will pass a whole lot faster. But just keep the spirits high. If you need to pray, do what you need to do, man. But just don't go stir crazy, man. Don't go stir crazy. I'm gonna keep saying this again now forever until this quarantine shit is over, man, because you need a daily reminder. You always need a daily reminder. Wake up every day, man. Wake up every day. Go like when you brush your teeth, look in the mirror and be like, we're gonna get past this. We are going to get past this. Practice some healthy habits. How are you doing on them hobbies, yo? Are you taking up them hobbies? Did I even do some of my hobby stuff today? No, I had to take care of that fucking stuff with the whole EDD thing, and then employment in the fucking beehive. I don't really have time to really get into that too much. Um, and I mean, and Call of Duty, but I consider video games a hobby, and I know it's like not the best hobby, but don't worry. Tomorrow, given that it's Cesar Chavez Day, and I can't really do anything about the whole fucking unemployment checking thing, because any government office basically gonna be closed tomorrow, I'll use that time to like really get my my idea juices flowing. I think I might continue to build on my stand-up act. Um, like I feel like there's a lot of times where I say things to myself. I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. I should write it down, but I'm not writing them down. So hopefully my memory saves me and I write some things down so that way when the quarantine is over and people can go back to clubs and stuff like that, that I'll be able to maybe, get out there and really get some skin in the game, man. And damn, there's a lot of things I really plan on doing once this quarantine stuff is over. And I know I'm not alone in this. I've been seeing a lot of this stuff on social media where people are just like, man, the minute this is over, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go this, we're gonna do that, man. So I guess keep that in mind too. Make a little list too. Make a list of things you want to do once this quarantine stuff is over. Places you want to go, foods you want to try. I feel like that's a fun little activity to have, and it'll keep the spirits up and the hope going, and maybe encourage you to continue to do the right thing to help get us past this whole quarantine stuff. But yeah, how long am I into this? 25 fucking minutes. I got like a good 5 minutes. I want to, and I'm thinking of keeping these things now around the 30-minute mark because at a certain point it's like I gotten kind of used to it already. So I got 5 more. Well, technically speaking, 4 more minutes because I'm about to be the 26-minute mark. What? Is there anything else I want to say? What do I honestly want? What do I have planned for tomorrow? I mean, same thing I've always same thing that's been going on for the past fucking sorry, couple days. Shout out all the people that are still hitting me up, keeping in touch with me and stuff like that. We're out here sending me their videos of their quarantine plans. I'm getting some people hitting me up saying they're having parties in their own room and stuff like that, which is cool. It's always nice to see that people are still keeping having fun in these dark times, man. And then the meme games, of course. Shout out to people who are out there putting in work 24/7 to keep these coronavirus memes on fucking point. It's like every day there's like a new batch, which should be expected given the fact that people have nothing else to fucking do too. Shout out to all these essential employees still out there putting in that work. You're doing great things. We thank you for your services and also enjoy the little money in your pocket, man. At least you don't have to be like us. We're out here having to fucking deal with automated robot machines calling up to fucking get simple fucking answers, but we can't even get a human being on the goddamn fucking line, But hey, keep on keeping on, man. And hopefully we'll join you once this quarantine stuff is over and we can get back to our jobs, which apparently aren't looked at as non-essential, which is like, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird, the list of things that are viewed as like an essential job, but it's like, I don't know. I didn't make the list. I don't really know who made the list, but I guess the people who have those essential jobs have those essential jobs. But still, I'm sure they're staying safe and I'm sure they're being, well looked after. I hope, because I just heard on the news too that apparently, see, the news giving you another reason to fucking panic, that people apparently some people in Costco are like testing positive for the virus too, which I kind of can see that coming because Costco's a big place, man. Costco's a big fucking warehouse store and a lot of people go to Costco. Costco's the shit, but it is definitely a fucking, it can definitely turn into a fucking human barn. A lot of people can definitely get into a pretty, packed Costco, especially given now people, going shopping like crazy. But, no, I don't know. Just stay safe out there, Costco employees. Maybe they'll start incorporating that whole only like 10 people can go in at a time or something like that. That's starting to happen in certain places too. Like I remember, I think it was on Saturday, I want to go get some pan dulce at my local bakery here. And yeah, man, I had to stand outside and wait in the line for go inside. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, we're looking like Venezuela more and more every day. But I don't know. It was just funny having to wait in line just to get like 4 pieces of fucking bread because I was craving some bread. But this will pass. This will pass, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep it up. Hopefully you've gotten used to the routines now of having to wait in stores, and hopefully the lines are starting to get a bit shorter and people are starting to understand the way the system is going right now. I think the panic buying has gone down tremendously, so that's pretty good too. No more having to scrounge for toilet paper as far as I know. But that's just from what I'm looking at. I don't really know the whole situation, so hopefully those who are lacking and who are lacking the ability to get access to these types of things, hopefully you have them now. Make sure if you guys can to help out those in need, help out thy neighbor, help out thy community. That community, fucking, my voice is all over the fucking place, but that's how it is. It's fucking about to be 12 goddamn 30. I think having to wake up early now is making me tired a lot more earlier, which is why I'm recording this stuff a lot more earlier now. But I'm at the 30-minute mark. We made it. But yeah, another quarantine long in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, stay positive, stay hopeful, stay up. Most importantly, stay clean. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll have some eventful stuff to talk about. If not, maybe I'll try to look into some things I could probably talk about too. Just today was I don't know. Just another Monday, man. Another quarantine Monday and another week of a quarantine that we honestly don't know how long it's going to last at this point. Keep the spirits up. Bye.